Hi folks, I figured enough time had passed since my last EDC video and I've made enough changes that I'd better make a new one. So without further ado, here is my latest EDC. The changes I've made are fairly minor, nothing too drastic, but any of you that have been following my previous updates can probably tell right away just the few small changes that I have made. Real quick, my phone is the same as always as the iPhone 3GS 32GB. That's the same as always, nothing changes there. For those of you that are asking me if I ever carry a pen and paper, I do. I have them in my work bag and I also keep them in my car. As far as on my person, I don't carry them. I use my iPhone for any note taking or if I need to jot down phone numbers. That covers all the bases and that's been working well for me. My pepper spray is the Cold Steel Inferno. I have been carrying this every day, everywhere I go, and I did complain about the bulk in the past. But it's not too bad. I've gotten used to it and it's acceptable, so I've kind of moved on and just accepted that for the size and the overall weight and comfort, it's okay. I do carry that. It comes with a key ring. I carry that on a Night Eyes S-Beaner size 0, which is then attached to a Night Eyes S-Beaner size 3. And I clip that to my back left belt loop above my back left pocket. So those are the same. Keys are all the same. As far as the actual EDC type goodies, again, Night Eyes S-Beaner size 0 attached to the size 3, connected to the Lucky Line Flex-O-Loc keyring. I can't say enough good things about this keyring. I'll never go back to a split ring for my keys. I'll just always carry one of these. I love this thing. I've never had my keys come unclipped from it. I've never had it open unintentionally. So if you're looking for an upgrade for your keyring, give that one a try. $3 is all it'll run you. EOD Robotics Micro Widgie Bar. This is the 3-inch version with a bend in it. I use this for scraping, prying, pulling up staples. It's come in handy so many times I just absolutely have to carry it with me all the time. Same with the Swiss+Tech Utility. This kind of replaces a Victorinox Swiss Army Classic for me. And you know, it's got a few different screwdrivers, bottle opener, a couple little knife edges on it. It's so small and handy, why not carry it on your keys? That, of course, is the same as always. Leatherman Squirt P4 is also the same as always. I love the pliers on here. I use a lot of the different drivers. I use the file on here all the time. This definitely needs to be carried every day. And it's so small and light, it disappears in my pocket. This actually sits all the way at the bottom of my back left pocket. And I use it, you know, pretty much every single day. The days I do use it, it's usually somewhere between, you know, 3 and 5 times. I am still carrying the Olight i3 EOS flashlight. It is a single AAA cell, maximum 70 lumens. It has 3 brightness settings on it, and even the lowest one is very effective. I'm really happy with this light. I'm still on the first battery, so I've probably used it about between 10 and 12 hours. So I'm really pleased with the battery life. And while I'm picking this up and showing you, this is the Swiss+Tech Micro Pro. It's a 6-in-1 tool. It has a couple different drivers, pair of pliers, wire crimpers, wire cutters. If you're looking into these, I would actually recommend the Micro-Max over this one. That one's 19-in-1. It has a lot more options as far as drivers. And it has a couple other little odds and ends in there. Also has a bottle opener. I had the Micro-Max and I was carrying it as a dangler. I was keeping it in my 5th pocket or coin pocket, chapstick pocket, whatever you want to call it. I was carrying it in that pocket and then suspending my flashlight just like this, as you can see here. But unfortunately, well, I won't say unfortunately, my dad saw it and he thought it was so cool that I couldn't help but give it to him. So I asked him if he'd like to take it, and he tried to refuse a couple times, but he was so happy to get it, there was no way I was going to deny him the ability to carry around that really cool tool. So I'll have to pick up another one, but in the meantime I'm using the Micro Pro from Swiss+Tech. And the larger drivers on that one make it a good companion to the Leatherman, so you can carry them both at the same time. And it fits in that little pocket on the right hand side so nicely, it just really doesn't take up much space at all. Probably one of the biggest changes to my EDC has been my wallet. Previously, if you'd watched any of my EDC videos, you had seen this, the Victorinox Zip-Around wallet. This is the version 2.0, the second one of a series of 3 that they've released. Great wallet, very thin, very comfortable to carry. This is it completely empty, so there's nothing inside here right now, and you can see when I hold these two side by side that it is quite a bit thicker than the wallet that I've got here. And this wallet actually has all my stuff in it. This is the CountyComm NY-LA wallet. It's a nylon ID wallet, and that's NY-LA, NY-LA. It's got 2 exterior pockets for putting business cards or credit cards, and then inside, I know this looks funny, I'll explain it in a second. Inside we've got 2 clear plastic windows, and you can put credit cards, your ID in here, and obviously because they're so transparent, you know, your ID can remain in your wallet for places that don't need you to take it out for them to see it. So that's very handy. It's also got these 2 little thumb holes so that you can slide the cards or the cash in and out from each of the pockets. In case you're wondering why I have TurboGrafx turbo chips in here, these are obviously, I can't put my driver's license and my credit cards on YouTube, so just as a visual representation, these are approximately about the same thickness as 2 or 3 credit cards. So that kind of gives you some idea of how thick that's going to be when you've got a few cards on each side. So on this side I'll typically have my driver's license, and then behind that I'll have my bank card or ATM card, and behind that I have a small plastic sleeve that carries my insurance and registration. On this side I'll have 3 credit cards, and so these 2 will give you some idea of how thick that's going to be with those in there, which is to say it's basically, you know, a non-issue. There's no thickness to it at all. It's a really great wallet. Hiding behind each of the cards is 5 bills. I have some of my larger bills on this side, but there are 5 bills folded in half. And then again, the same on this side. I've got the smaller denominations on this side, and it's 5 bills again. So I've got a total of 10 bills of cash, and then a total thickness of about 3 credit cards on either side, and very slim, very, very, very light, super easy to carry, very comfortable. I'm real happy with it. I'll have to carry it a while longer before I come back with a review and let you know how it's working out as far as durability or if there's any unforeseen issues that arise, but thus far I could not be more pleased with that wallet. And again, that's the CountyComm NY-LA ID wallet. As far as knives, what you see here on the right is something new that I've been carrying for the past few weeks. This is a Victorinox Pocket Pal that I picked up used a little while back and figured I'd just throw it in my pocket. It's sometimes nice to have a public-friendly knife, something a little bit shorter that's not going to throw people off if you tend to carry like a tactical folding knife. It's personal preference. I know some people are like, you know, I don't really care what anyone thinks, and for the most part I'm usually one of those people, but sometimes it's just nice to have a different knife, and sometimes you just want to carry another knife because you can. So this one's really thin, really slim, really light. There's not anything to it. You've got one small blade, and then on the other end you've got a large blade, and that's it. So I carry this in my right front pocket along with my dangling flashlight. So that's what rides in there, and then clipped to my right front pocket is my everyday carry folder. In this case, I've had this one for the past 4 or 5 days. I actually purchased this from another YouTube member who goes by the name Xiao-Chem. If you're watching, thanks very much again for this. This is the SOG Trident. It is an assisted opener, so it's got some spring action to open it. It uses their arc lock or piston lock. They constantly, from their ad copy, they change the name of this little lock. And it's also got a little weird belt cutter or rescue hook function to it. Nice knife. I did not expect to like this as much as I do. I've been really, really pleased with the performance of this knife and the overall sturdiness of it. It's just the lockup on it is very strong and not at all what I was expecting from a SOG folder, of which I've gone through several, and this one really surprised me pleasantly in several ways. So I'll have a full review on this coming soon, but this has been my EDC for the past few days. In addition to that, or previous to when I received that, I had been carrying both the Spyderco Paramilitary 2, this is the orange Sprint Run, or excuse me, not Sprint Run, but exclusive edition for cutleryshop.com. It uses a CTS XHP steel. I've been really pleased with its performance. And then I received this from another YouTube member, Valerie Ann Lee. This is the blue Endura 4 with the full flat ground VG10 blade. I love both of these models, and I can't stop carrying these. Unfortunately, I got in the SOG, and whenever you get in a new knife, you know you kind of got to put your favorites away for a little while. So these will sit in a drawer for a little bit, and then once I've been able to carry the SOG for enough time that I can make a good review, then I'll rotate these back in. But these are some really great ones that I was carrying up until that point. One of the things that I get asked a lot is also, why don't I carry a source of fire? I don't carry it with me on my person all the time, but I do keep some cheap lighters around. I keep one in my car, in my glove box, and I also keep another in my work bag. So most of the day, I do have some fire on me. But in Southern California, I live in the city. I'm not in a real rural area, and unless I'm going hiking or camping, in which case, of course, I do bring a lighter with me. I just generally don't need one on my person, around town. And even in the dead of winter, it doesn't really get cold enough to necessitate having fire to warm yourself by, and I also don't really need it to cook with. So it's usually never very far, but in case you're wondering why I don't have it in my actual EDC, there's your answer. Oh, one quick thing I did want to add is I will be picking up eventually a clicky flashlight. I want to get a flashlight with a tail cap switch. Something a little bit easier and faster to turn on one-handed. This one, I can usually turn it on one-handed. Sometimes I need two hands, and just for convenience's sake, I would like something a little bit easier to engage with one hand. And while I'm at it, I'll probably go for something a bit brighter. This one being 70 lumens. I'm looking for something in the neighborhood of 180 to 200 lumens in a very small single cell form factor. So of course when I add that to my EDC, I will come back and let you know that as well. So this is pretty much it, just a few small changes. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and as always, I'll come back with any other updates that I may have to my EDC. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.